everybody, want to go over our new Ford LS. So we do this in either a Ford or an LS. So it's basically the same casting, it's just cube different. One is cubed for the Ford and one is cubed for a Chevy. That'll kind of give you an idea of how close a Ford is to an LS. Or I shouldn't say this, an LS is to a Ford. So regardless, neither here nor there, let's go over this, okay? This is our small port. This is a canted valve, 10 degree by 4 degree, but this is for road racing, for something that's like 350 cubic inch or less, 330. This will work great on. This has small exhaust port. You can see how small everything is. It has a small intake port, so this would be great on restarts, things like that, or a drag race motor that was 300 cubic inches. That was altered like a comp eliminator thing. If you had a Ford or an LS and you want to run a 320 inch or a 300 or a 300 cubic inch, something that ran 10,000 RPM, this would work great for that too. This is a small oval port. The port has a ton of energy. This has got, and then we offer the lightning programs for it. The lightning program is serious. It knocks 7 pounds out of the head. But let's go over some of the intake port stuff. So it's got a 250 intake valve in it. Unlike our other stuff that we do, the other 10 degree head that we do, like for super late models, those are 430 cubic inch, somewhere in there. That has a 2270 or a 2280 depending on the engine builder. And then we're also making billet manifolds with this, 4150s for this. So a billet 4150 for you road race guys, we offer that also. But check out these. These are real numbers off the 1020. These are not embellished. I mean, that is a big 400 number, 500 number, 600 number, and it's just flat. 700, 800. It just gets flat in here because the port's not huge. Big short turn, large short turn. I don't know if you can see in there, but I mean, we are really proud of this. One thing with this casting, it allows us to get creative. And for us, we can get creative because when we get them, they don't have any bowl holes, spark plugs, seat bores, guide bores. We machine all of that. So when we get them, we just get a raw head, and we get to dictate where everything goes. And now look at the rocker gear. You have a real pad here. You got all these extra fasteners. For the Ford guys, they always had an issue with the Ford stuff. You could never get enough pivot length on the intake rocker. Well, when we designed the casting, we had John at CID add material to the intake flange, so now there's room. And that pivot length is important because if we can get a longer pivot length on it, the rocker will follow the valve better. So it just makes everything more reliable, and especially the Ford guys never had fasteners like this. You can't do this in a D3, an SC1, any of that stuff. It makes it very archaic. Yes, I mean, this is much better than an FR9 or whatever that Yates thing is. This thing is serious. But long valve in it, because we're able to create a large radius and keep this up high here. That's why the flow, one of the main reasons the flow coefficient is so high. But I wanted to show everything. So this is a 7mm intake valve. These are Exeldynes, and then a dish in there to keep the weight down. There's the intake, and we got the tip length over here, 130 tip length. This is all made for top lock stuff, is what we call it. And then 2 degree hub. 2 degree hub, it just means that this from here to here, it goes up at 2 degrees and just creates more mass. It's just insurance. It's no extra cost, just how we do the print. But this is for if you have unleaded fuel or something like that, this will help dissipate the heat so you don't have to worry about it. And we'll use one of the Joe Hornick inch 310 valve springs for this. So we use a lot of that Joe Hornick spring technology for all this because it makes us look good. And then of course we have the rocker arms, which this is a Jessel system. We can do these in steel or aluminum, but this is a nice piece. 1/2-inch push rods will easily fit on the LS or the Ford. Now this is a real race head here. And then remember, we have 5 other versions we do of this out of this casting. So that means 5 other ones we can do in the LS also. So there's a lot of things we can do here. So, and then of course all the lightning package. It's not a billet head, it just looks like it. But like I said, we have 5 different exhaust ports, 5 different intake ports for it. I think I should think, we can hit anything you want. But for you guys, 350 cubic inch, road race, things like that, or comp eliminator guys, 310 cubic inch, things like that, you're going to run 10,000 RPM. You guys got a real head now, real rocker gear that'll hold everything. So this is definitely something to think about here. So that's it. That's our 10 degree by Ford road race or small cubic inch drag race.